Bye.
Everyone. And now we'll just hope that it stays connected.
Hi, Zarquan. That's what your hand is doing. Right. Dude, man. Dude. Hey.
Man.
Man. Man. Lepidostat. Hi, Vanessa. Welcome back. Scaredy, is that a cat flipping me off? No. Is that a cat going? Well, purple cry-faced. Lepidstat surgeon or cleric / unholy cleric. Oh, he's with that cute cat calling. No, I get it. Do guys ever get catcalled? I don't think it's ever happened to me. Really?
Yes.
Okay. I'll just trust you on that. Got my pills. Chocolate covered coffee beans.
I think you were right the first time. Chocolate covered crack.
Chocolate covered crack. Really good. You mean to do the whole Dr. Frankenstein thing? Hey, if your cleric can also command an undead construct, why not? Then, okay, how many actions will the Lepistat Surgeon take up? Probably not a lot, but then what's a very useful like base class for that? Because you could cleric Lepistat Surgeon and just be way off the rails with so much healing that you don't need. A vampire cleric. Strangely on brand. I'm doing a Podfinder collab tomorrow about vampires. Vampires in the system, the vampire archetype, and the history of real-world folklore of vampires. It won't be out tomorrow. I'm doing it tomorrow. Perfect. Oh, we could do an alchemist healer, a chirurgeon. What is it with you investigators? What would be the most fun? An unholy cleric vampire, or Lepidstadt surgeon? I don't know. I want to play one. That makes sense. Yes. Someone else we know with wrestlers. Not everybody has to be an investigator or a wrestler. Okay, unholy. Yeah, they are excellent. I agree. So I'm going to erase most of the stuff on this board because the unholy vampire cleric sounds really fun to me. Because having a vampire in the group is great, and having an unholy support to heal all the undead people is also great. He's like, you're waving your arms around and not petting me. The world is over. If they wrestle, they have to suplex. That is correct, dude, man. That is how it works. Oh yeah, I have Cannibal Clown on here. And Necromancer. And a turnip leshy for Jack-o'-lantern. Okay. Unholy Cleric Vamp. Lepidstadt. Dr. Frankenstein. What other IDs do we have besides the unholy cleric / vampire and not investigator and hi and Lepidstadt doctor? Because we're doing a healer. The investigator doesn't have much for healing. Like you could just say, "Well, I bought bandages and I have a med kit and I have a battle medicine. I'm your healer." It's not what we're doing. My bear suplex the 6-armed gorilla. 6-armed demon gorilla. It was a demon. I love those things. Because they're supposed to like grab you and teleport away and fuck the whole group over, but instead he grabbed it and suplexed it out of a tree. Well, yeah, dude, man, but we don't need another melee fighter. We have a little Tanuki champion that can tank and wrestle people, and we have a Cenobite that has a Tooth Fairy swarm and a chain swarm, and also just fills an area with AoE chains every turn. Like we have tons of damage and crowd control, I guess, because you just layer damage on top and make them sickened and frightened. Because he does that too. Hi. And the Tanuki has like a little bit of healing, little bit of debuff, but mostly beat the hell out of you. Beat the hell out of you. And protect allies because champion reaction. Liberation domain. Not domain. Liberation. Yes, hello, baby. Yes, you can have that. What's a third idea for healer? Alchemist. That was what it was. Yeah, okay. So the Lepidstadt surgeon could be an alchemist or other. But I'm just gonna write alchemist. Alky with really faded ink. Alky. I need a new orange marker. I don't even know where we get these. What else can like work well with a Lepidstadt surgeon as the archetype or is really good at healing by itself? Mystic? Sure, yeah. The alchemist can heal undead? How? You mean oil of unlife? That's a potion. How can the alchemist heal undead? Yes, hello. If it was a witch alchemist, then you could. Because witches can do everything. Healing potions heal undead, don't they? No. Well, potions, sure, but elixirs, no. And healing potions, no, either, because they have the healing trait. So, no. It has to be oil of unlife, which is an oil, which is magical, which is not alchemist. We'd actually be better. Well, yeah, the alchemist can't at all heal undead. That could be an issue. So what else works with a group of undead? Well, we don't have to do the group of undead though. The cleric is still fun with the undead, but the Lepidstadt surgeon works besides that. So we don't have to do the group of undead. So the alchemist with Lepidstadt surgeon would still work. But what else with Lepidstadt surgeon would work? I should just call them lightning surgeons because that's easier to say. So we could do the unholy cleric with everybody being undead, and the vampire is the unholy cleric. Or we could do the Lepidstadt surgeon. He could also be a vampire. Nope, we're not going to have enough archetypes for that. But we could do the Lepidstadt as an alchemist or as somebody else that works well with the Lepidstadt surgeon, which is kind of anybody. Also, still cleric. I don't know. What's a fun, weird kind of way to heal? Yeah, I agree with the unholy cleric. That is an option. Okay, third option for healer. Kineticist. Kineticist can heal, especially if we take a deviant feat to support it further. Kineticist, especially if the kineticist has the Lepidstadt surgeon, because there are two different kinds of healing. The kineticist healing is like once per combat, but the Lepidstadt surgeon can just keep going. And then the kineticist heals outside of combat infinitely. So between unholy cleric, which does the whole unholy whitewash of what blackwash of the group, the party of being undead, or the kineticist that is taking their own healing impulses and then Lepidstadt surgeon, or an alchemist with Lepidstadt or something else. So let's say kineticist, alchemist, or unholy cleric. Yeah, just have to stitch flesh for the undead. What if the vampire lightning surgeon makes the monster so he has ready to eat blood on demand, although the monster is technically alive, right? Fuck, you are totally right, dude. Animist is a good healer. I think that the monster is technically a construct. Well, it depends on what monster we're going with. Headless ghost animist, you're your own spirit. That's funny. Oh, I love it. I don't know how we're gonna fit Lepidstadt into it though, but we could try. I'm just gonna say headless animist because it rolls off the tongue better. Okay, so unholy cleric, alchemist, kineticist, animist, nistimist, dist. Cleric. Yeah, did you take my? Oh, I need that, dude. No, I need that, and you don't need my phone either. Okay. So one unholy cleric, two alchemist. Alchemist. Three kineticist. Four animist. Animist can be fun if you say your spirit goes into the monster to pilot the monster. Yeah. Then you could have your monster act differently based on the spirit you're attuned to. Sure. Yeah, it's a construct companion. So it's construct, it's not alive. It's undead. Well, it's a corpse that you're animating through machines. So let's take a vote. One unholy cleric, two alchemist, three kineticist, four animist. The latter three are not listed with an archetype because any of them can fit Lepidstadt surgeon. And the unholy cleric doesn't have to, especially if we're going vampire. So number one unholy cleric is probably a vampire. The other three are probably the Lepidstadt surgeon. Really? You both want animist? Vanessa, we need a vote. Vanessa, Vanessa. You're not here, are you? Are you asleep again? Wake up! Oh, there you are. I was just about to call you, girl. Just text on my phone. Wake up! Two alchemists would be fun. Okay, nobody wants the kineticist. Scaredy, are you here? I don't think Scaredy will vote for because I don't think she knows the animist because they're complicated. HP coder for. All right, I'll go. No matter what scaredy votes, we're going animist. Okay, so let's do the. Are we all okay with the animist lepidot surgeon? Because we can work out how that works together. Yeah, I dumb. No, you not dumb. You just not experienced as the rest of us. This game. It's different. Oh, sure, Vanessa. Blame the YouTube. It's okay. I do all the time. All those disconnections, totally YouTube's fault. Monogamous. Maybe now I can go to websites. And dude, man, I agree. If we are getting a pet with the Lepidot surgeon, I don't know if we'll have room for headless ghost animist, but it's fun. But anyway, animist can be a good healer. So let's look up Lepidot surgeon to see how many feats we're going to need for that. Lepidot surgeon. Lepidot. Hi, baby. Okay. Trained in medicine. That's all it requires. All right. In lightning, there is life. That is only temporary hit points. And rise my creature is the pet. And artery map is not all that great. So let my creature live. Let my creature live. Oh, sorry, that's a song about Moses. Yeah, okay. So Lepidot, we can go 2, 4, 6. So then we have basically 3 feats to play with. But for another archetype, we really only have. Wait, 2, 4, 4? Can we do 2, 2, 4, 4? No, we can't. And then 6. So we basically only have 1 archetype. 2 if it's a multi-class archetype, which Ghost is not. You take medic and you can stack extra healing on that battle med. Yeah, but Animist, you don't need more battle medicine. In fact, with Animist, do you even need Lepidot Surgeon? Hey, Zarquan, you've made an Animist or 3. Because I think you've made everything. How many different ways can the Animist heal? There's a focus spell. I mean, in combat specifically. So there are divine spells, of course. So like heal, just not extra slots of heal. And there's a focus spell that I don't remember the name of, so I'm looking it up. Vessel spells. Guardiative healing. What? Get off of him. He doesn't like that. Garden of healing. Wow, that is a fuck ton of healing. And that's sustained. This would actually work well with commanding a pet. Yeah, Garden of Healing is really, really powerful. There is a skeleton one, yeah. I mean, if you want to fit Ghost in there, you could not take Animus feats on some levels, focus spell and heal spell. We only have 1 focus spell though. Like, we might need more than 1 focus point. And that's not a Lepidot Surgeon thing. But it can be a human thing with, or not human, elven thing with elf atavism and ancient elf for psychic for an extra point of healing, and then we can put up a shield on somebody else if we want. Yeah, the vessel spells are so powerful, but that's why there's no point in taking Animist as an archetype, because you don't get the vessel spells. You get skills. It's not why you take a caster archetype. I'm off my soapbox now on that subject. Okay, so Animist, Lepidot, Surgeon, I see this working okay. Fucking bullshit Garden of Healing. Practices. Yay! Shamans get spirit familiar. Because you can have a little familiar. Who cares about apparition sense? Doesn't matter. And medium is cool, but you don't get a familiar. And liturgist, circle of spirits. Okay, is everybody cool with the shaman animist? Because you get a little pet. And it could be a little jack-o'-lantern. Liturgist does give you flexibility, but it doesn't give you familiar. Okay, most people don't care as much about the familiar as they do just mechanical optimization and switching to a different spirit. I guess that's correct. It's just not as fun for me. Okay, so then what apparitions would you choose? Obviously, Custodian of Groves and Gardens. I think it's the Fey Courts. Decoder. Monarch of the Fey Courts. Vessel Spell, Nymph's Grace. Enemies are confused. Damn, that's fucking amazing. Yeah, you're right. That is just such bullshit. Jesus, that's bullshit. And you get charm, so you actually have options to communicate with people in a friendly manner. Oh, is the steward for the AoE damage? We just don't need more AoE damage. I mean, you could take it if you want. It's not necessary. The fake, the Monarch of Fake Courts is just going to be more bullshit and useful. It's like protecting the party too. Won't. Okay, so how does the stone and flame thingy, steward one, how does the damage of that work? Steward of Stone of Fire. Earth Spile. Earth Spile would be counterproductive to having multiple swarm creatures in the group because it would do extra damage to the swarm creatures because it doesn't just affect enemies. So Earth Spiral is probably not the best idea. So we should go with the Monarch of the Fey Courts. Yes, hello. So Custodian of Groves and Gardens, and Monarch of Fey Courts. Custodian, Groves, and something that doesn't fit on the whiteboard. And Monarch of Fey Courts. What if this animist were a an avatar of a Loa? Like the animist themselves is a spirit of nature that's been forced to mortal form, like created from the land that they appeared in. And that's why they have control over the groves and gardens and Fey Courts. So then all of their perspective would be from that of a spirit of the land who just wants to continue the cycle of death and rebirth. I think that this caster doesn't really have a good reason to be within 10 feet of enemies. So if they are, then the Fey Vessel spell is going to be way more useful. Nymph's Grace. And I know it's a little thing, but Tanglevine is super useful. And hell, Create Food is freaking useful. Although that's also a divine spell, so it doesn't really matter that much. What is the Custodian's spells? Tanglevine, Protector Tree, cool. Gentle Breeze. Protector Tree is just not that great. Unless you're Kineticist. Gentle Breeze. Oh, that's okay. It's not terrible for out of combat healing, but really is out of combat healing that hard? Safe Passage. Holy shit, the Custodian spells suck. They're just not good. Like any of them. Like, when's the last time you used Safe Passage, a third rank spell? That should have been second. Third is just silly. It's not that powerful. Yes, I was thinking it was a Decay Loa. Loa of Decay. Baron Samadai. Hee. So then, hi guys. Hi. Hello. The animist is a fallen dryad. What if their monster was a tree with robot arms and legs? You like the big pets. Mm. I don't know. I guess I care more about story than a fallen high dryad. We could make it like a sundered dryad, a dryad that just has like sort of gaps in their body from their tree being cut down. Like sundered dryads are dryads in a land that is horribly mutilated, essentially. Like there's a plague or something that's cursed magic that is destroying the land, and Sundered Dryad still has a tree, but the tree's like constantly almost dead, and so they can move further away from it. So the dryad could travel away. Like we could just take it one step further and say that their tree died and they somehow stayed alive because all the spirits of the forest were imbued in the dryad and gave her energy to keep walking. So she's just a a lady made out of wood that has big gaps in her body, and it's sort of like a walking ghost. Actually, that's really eerie. The mermaid land chair. Yes, a mobile pot for the tree to live in. Oh, that's such a good idea. Oh, that's so cool. That was in Wizard of Oz. Totally in Ravenloft. We could do the undead tree thing. Then do we actually want to like choose Kenrasu or wait, hold on. So we could go with the route of this creature is an undead tree that has the spirits of the forest behind it and inside it, animating it and keeping it alive. And then we can just choose ancestries that work with it well. Like I don't know, but off the top of my head, Leshy and Goran. Probably not Kenrasu because while visibly it works, the Kenrasu's feats are almost all about will and balance and law and order. And it's just not as esoteric as this undead tree would be about revenge for my woods. So now, do we have the dead tree or near dead tree in a pot and we're trying to nurture it and we're playing the dryad? Or are we playing an actual undead tree, which is totally fine too? Or the fallen Loa? Can't I? Oh, that's cool. Looks like the dead tree spirit's possessing the body. That would work too. Hi, baby. Yeah. Well, the Lepidot Surgeon monster sounds really cool, but I think that I work better if we base it on story. So if we have ideas for story, then it's easier to say, oh, this archetype can fit in here. So my first goal is still fitting in the Lepidot Surgeon, but I want to know where we're going with the rest of the vibe. Undead Tree is so fun. Yes, hello. Hi, yeah. You know, it's weird. I've given dogs and cats both massages. Cats are so tense. Like dogs kind of relax into it. Cats are just like, oh my god, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like that. Like they're not comfortable relaxing. Okay. All right. For Undead Tree. I kind of want to see the Goran because I've never seen anyone play that ancestry. Dude, Goran are cool, man. Some entitled girl and her dog came along one day and stole some apples. Ever since I've wanted revenge. They went down that yellow brick road. Fuckers. Oh, I love it. Oh man. Whew. Okay. All right. For if we're doing an undead tree, how about we just say that the undead tree was struck by lightning, therefore understanding that lightning has power and looking into how lightning can be used to revitalize themselves and maybe their little pet. Like the monster is just a fragment of their own body. Like it's the part that got chopped off from the lightning and they reanimated it. It's an undead tree. This is so cool. Undead tree people. And Lipistop. I'm just gonna show what I have. I hope it's legible. I mean, readable. I know that like my writing is shit, but I hope you can read it. Maybe if I stop wiggling it, would that help? I want to work headless in. I don't think I can at this point, but I will try. Is the headless a separate feat from the dedication for Ghost? I think it is. So that would be 2 feats. I'd have to figure out a way. I could do that, but then we wouldn't be able to advance the Lepidstadt pet. If you had a tree vampire, would it need to suck sap from trees? I have to say yes. It kind of makes sense to me because it's really about the life force somehow. Like it continues living by taking life from something else. And if what it runs on is tree nature, then it would make sense that it would just like deforest a region as they're traveling. I used to be a kite eating tree. Charlie always grumbled when I would eat his kite till one day he summoned a lightning storm. Yeah, tree cannibal. Oh, you do tree ghoul. Why not? It doesn't work for animus, but damn it, that's fun. Same with the vampire. They both get melee abilities, and the animus doesn't give a fuck. I think ghost would actually work well. They're better. Yeah, I like ghost with this still because you could scare the crap out of people. But Lepid Surgeon works well with the story we're creating too. So we have to do Lepidstadt, and we'll see where we can wedge in other stuff like deviant feats. Maybe make a background for the deviant feat of the one that lets you grow fruit. Animist is good at melee, surprisingly. Well, yes, but only if you are currently embodying that. I forget what it's called. Not apparition. Is it that apparition? It is an apparition, isn't it? I'm just trying to say I don't think you can be good at healing and fighting at the same time. Can you? Ancient battles. Thank you. Right. Okay. Because it's a spell. It's a focus spell. Embodiment of battle. +1 hit and damage. Reactive strike. Oh, you could still do healing while you're doing the embodiment of battle because it just makes your spell DCs and spell attack rolls suck, which you don't care about if you're healing. So we could actually do the Witness to Ancient Battles, which has much better spells. You can enlarge your allies. And shield, motherfucking shield. Witness to Ancient Battles and the other one. Custodian. And then Ghoul and Vampire. But we still won't have enough room for Lepidstadt. Fuck it. Lepidstadt's more important. We'll wedge in something else if we can, but it's probably just Lepidstadt. And then we get a pet, which is our tree body. Animus are trained with medium armor and martial weapons. So you check real quick. Robo tree. Well, how big is the Lepidstadt creature? Is it okay? So either way, we could choose a small ancestry or have a large creature. I think we'd have to choose a small ancestry. But what we could do is have our regular character travel along inside the body of our lightning powered pet that's also a tree. Sure, Robo Tree. Hi. and we just travel inside riding our pet. And then when we actually want to do something separate from the pet, just this like little tree dislodges from the big tree. And the big tree extends robo arms and legs and goes to attack, and the little tree goes off and casts healing spells. But at first, it just seems like one big tree. It's easy to do if it's already dead. Apple familiar. That's adorable. Okay, so they're basically a cloistered cleric. I'm a two-fisted petter. So the what would be more like creepy, freakish, or fun, more fun? Um, having the character be just like looking like an undead tree, and then have their pet be an undead assemblage of like tree parts along with muscle sinew from monsters that like they've managed to kill and put together this creature that's a tree sorta. And then the tree person could be part of the tree while they travel. Or would it be more interesting to have just like a tree and then a little fragment of the person come off? I guess that's sort of a muddled question. Hmm. I guess do we want it to look like a tree from the outset, or do we want it to look like it's uh an actual monster? Like how much are we stealthing? I guess is what I want to know. The robo tree's totally doable either way though. Okay, and then Lepidstadt, we go 2, 4, 6, 6. No, 2, 4, 6. So we have 2 is you become an expert in medicine when you successfully administer first aid to a stabilized dying creature that doesn't have the wound condition. It regains healing. It's extra healing. And then skip right to rise my creature, so you'll have a prototype construct companion, and skip to 6. Let my creature live. So we will have an extra. We will have a second level, a fourth level, and a sixth level feat that are not Lepidstadt Surgeon. So those will have to be class feats or other non-archetype feats, like deviant feats that I love. Suggestions on animist class feats? What? Why frozen? No,
Not again.
Vanessa, you scare me. Okay, so yeah, we're doing the lightning surgeon animist version. Are we cool taking custodian of groves and well, either way, we're taking custodian. Are we cool taking monarch of the fake courts, or should we give up monarch for witness to ancient battles? They're both options. The monarch spells kind of suck, but the ability is absolute bullshit. The witness to ancient battles is situationally awesomely useful. I know, but we're already taking custodian of groves and gardens. because that's the healing one. Yeah, it's kind of what I'm asking people. Like, what would you do? I don't like melee. And we already have a tank and a summoner that has like 3 AoEs going on at the same time. One of them's a pet, and we have our own pet. Like, do we really need more melee? Dude, man, Coder, care to jump in here? Because so far, Witness Melee is winning. You don't want Melee to win, do you? Slasher vibes from Melee. Well, of course. I mean, we only know natural weapons because we're a tree. So we're going to use like a sickle or a scythe. Right. No room around the creatures. Yeah. It's not just the monster either. It's our taxidermy Tanuki, who also does melee. That's all he can do. And Pinhead and his Cenobite clan has two pets and him, who he can be 10 feet away, but he's also doing melee. And he's also throwing out AoEs every turn. So, like, do we want more difficulty getting around people in melee? So, dude, man, I'm imagining you're going Monarch and Zarquan, you too. Yeah, you said Monarch. I guess if we end up going Witness with this one, then we really can't do melee with the last two characters. Just like at all. Like no option for melee because there's just not any room. People will just get hurt from all the AoE shit going off. Swallowing sticks. It's just that nobody jumped on it, Vanessa. We didn't stop it necessarily. It's just that I said, okay, what other ideas do we have? And nobody said anything about Freddy Krueger either. I do like the Freddy Krueger slasher dude. We just didn't have enough talk about it, enough story or support. Like Freddy Krueger never had a class. It was just the idea of the Lepidot surgeon being Freddy Krueger. I guess the main thing is probably that I said our focus should be some sort of healing, and nobody said Freddy Krueger's a healer in any way. Edge, is this a secret of Nim? That sounds really much like the secret of Nim. Yeah, definitely a monster. I have loved the idea of an undead treant since I saw it in Ravenloft. I'm like, that is the lord of a domain? An evil undead treant? Hell yes! Okay, I think that's it. I mean, like, we even talked about ancestry, and if I can fit in deviant feats that have to do with decay or life, there's free room to do that. So I think we're good for that, and we have our healer. So now we have our healer and a tank and a damage. So the rest of them, the other two, can be whatever the fuck. Oh, please recall, I shan't be performing this service next Friday. I will be in a different city in northern Arizona that doesn't have Wi-Fi. Well, okay, it technically has some Wi-Fi, but it's shit Wi-Fi.
It's worse than this. And this is already bad.
Yeah, it's actually worse than this. We can't stream at all in the Wi-Fi up there. Poison apples. I don't think you can do that with decay. And with the other one, it has to be living things. I'm gonna look into that. If you can make poison apples, that's fun. Maybe if we somehow cram half elven ancestry in here, and we can take elf atavism for ancient elf because trees live forever, well, hundreds of years, and then we can take alchemist as a multi-class dedication, so you can create poison apples every day. I like that. Hag's fruit, is that in this system? What is hag's fruit? Hag's fruit. Oh, that is a spell. That is a very high level spell. Yeah, it's put somebody to sleep thing. It's Sleeping Beauty. Or no, it's Snow White. Snow White. They both put people to sleep. That's level 6. We can give poison fruit at lower level than that. Yeah, we can figure that out. Alchemist, I'm pretty sure, could do it. Oh shit, what's our monster tree doctor's name? The last dude had a name, and I forgot to ask for the first one, so I just made him Dougie the Stuffy, I think it was. It was something Duffy the Stuffy. I need a name. Oh my god, that's horrifying, Edge. The familiar is the combined bodies of the squirrel family that used to live in the tree. That is fucked up. Crackle! What an awesome name! Because lightning and tree branches. Crackle. Dude. Now we just need snap and pop. Crackle. I would like if, like, when the tree talks, it just sounds like breaking branches. Crackle. I love that. I don't know how it would be a more perfect name. Anybody else can come up with a name too, but that's really good. Ow. Gast sensed that I wasn't petting him enough.
I wonder how he sensed that.
Yeah.
Must be like a 7th or 8th sense because he already has a bunch of other ones.
Yeah. Menzies. What? Sorry, Quan, did you just like grab the keyboard and roll it against your face?
Hey, that's a valid naming convention.
It is. Oh my god. This is so cute. Did you get that?
Yes, I got it.
I did not. Those are adorable. You need to share those with people right now. Aw. Now Lute's trying to eat him.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice? Good boy, Lute. Yeah, eat your brother. That's so cute. Sorry we paused because it never happens. Gast went to lay down in the same bed Lute's in, and they cuddled. We had to stop and take pictures. It's adorable. We'll post them on the YouTube comments. He was a botanist and surgeon. I love this character. This feels so cool to me. So rich and nuanced. Nuance is important. His actual name is a specific rattle of tree branch, but no one can pronounce it. He's like, my name is Shh. Aw, yeah. The moment you bite him, I'm smacking your ear. Yeah, yeah. Keep loving him. That's good. Don't bite him. That was the last name, so he could still be known as Crackle. I fucking love it. The last name's Menzizi? I'm so confused. What the fuck is Menzizi? Just sounds Italian. What am I doing? Isn't that adorable? Just look at that. It's so cute. Yeah. Aww.
Just in case nobody already knew, he loves cats.
He's so happy. Lick my head there. Yeah. Aww.
They used to do this when Gas was younger.
Well, yeah, when they fit in the bed together. Look at this. They do not fit, but it doesn't matter.
Well, also, Luke got more grumpy as his teeth got worse.
Yeah, he
I wonder
did.
if this is actually because he's in a lot less pain now. He's much
It
more
might
able
be.
to cuddle.
He also listens more, and he likes cuddling with me more. Yeah, kitty cuddles. It's a botanical epithet used in scientific name. Oh. Okay. I had never heard of that, sir. I shall have to look this up. Oh my god, this is so cute. I just want to put this on a loop. All right, I think we're gonna go now. Not because kitties are doing that, but because we're done with the character build. I don't need to put it back on me. You know what my face looks like. This is adorable. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Kitty Lope is adorbs. After we put this up, can we download it to like loop this? Oh, you looked it up at that time. That makes sense. That was only like, oh my god, was that like 3 weeks ago now? It might have been. I have to hold the camera here or it might not stay there. So my arm's getting tired.
Bye.
Okay, good night, everybody. Signing off with Kitty Head Licks. There you go. Kitty Licks. And we have Crackle the Treant monster. The undead Treant monster. Undead has to be part of the ancestry. It will be. It will be. Oh, I'm so cute. Okay, good night. Aww. I appreciate you all. See you later. Oh, my shoulder's killing me. Oh, okay, I'm ending.